All right. Well, my name is Mike Mahalik. I'm with Allied Machine. I'm out of the Dallas Fort Worth area, sneaking down here to be with you guys today. We're going to run through a handful of tools. They're lined up here on the table. Going to start off with our APX drill. Going to punch a 3-inch hole, open that up to 4.5 inches with an opening drill. Then kind of follow that with a few other features on this part. So it looks like we are just about ready to go with the APX drill. If you guys are not familiar with the APX drill, I can show you this real quick while he's getting ready to go. It's a modular tool. You've got a body and a head. They range from 1.29-inch diameter up to 4-inch. You've got a pilot spade in the middle. We got outboard ICs. You got wear pads on the bigger ones. And then you can actually change about a 1/4-inch range of the heads on each body. So you've got some flexibility with these tools. What's that? Yes, sir. Okay. I guess while I was talking, we already drilled that hole. So I guess that's a testament to how quiet it is. It's we'll get some chips out of here so you can see what they look like. Typically, being 2 different inserts, you will get 2 different chips off of these. So we can kind of show you a quick little example here. Thank you, sir. So these are pretty great, pretty normal chips. The little curls here, you'll get these off the ICs. Then you'll get your standard 6s and 9s right off the spade like usual. So nothing really out of the ordinary as far as chips go. These tools have a very large flute on them, so sometimes you'll see these curls roll up into more of a kind of a curl, roll type thing. As long as they're coming out of the hole, no problems at all. And it's just pretty straightforward with that. We're already past it. So that was a 3-inch hole that actually ran 500 surface foot, 7 thou per rev in the 4140 material. And we are going to open that up to 4.5 inches with the opening drill on the following tool. That will be running at 750 surface foot and 4 thou per rev. And I can give you a quick little example here. The opening drills, if you have not seen these, is a cartridge-based inserted drill. It is adjustable. There's 4 drills that run the range of 2-inch to 5 5/8. So you've got a pretty good window of what you can open up with these tools. All the drills in this series take the same insert. They just start taking more of them as you get into the bigger diameters. So should you damage a cartridge, you can just replace one, swap it out, get back in action, and you don't even have to take the drill out of the machine. Typically, when you set these, you will set one cartridge to your finished diameter, and then just set the other one about 160 thousandths inboard of that. So pretty simple. These come with straight shank, Cat 40s, Cat 50s, HSKs, pretty much anything you'd ever need for integrated shanks. And if we're ready to go, we'll open this hole up. So again, this is running at 750 surface foot and 4 thou per rev, going from 3-inch to 4.5-inch. And typically, these chips will curl up similar to the ICs on the APX. You'll get curls. They typically evacuate pretty well. Again, these have large flutes on these drills, and you've already got the hole in the part, so there's usually plenty of room for the chips to come out. Nice and quiet, nice and smooth. Oh, thank you. Looks like chips are coming out of the hole very nice. And we are taking this tool, how deep are we going? About 3 inches deep, so we won't go to full depth like we did on the apex, so you can see what the profile of the apex will look like. We have a finished part over there that you can see what all the profiles of these tools will look like once it's done.
The screens up there are saying 500 surface feet. We're saying 750.
Is that?
You're saying 500. I wonder what.
Thank you, sir. All right, and here's some chips for you. Nice small curls. These are pretty small ICs, so we can split that chip up pretty small, keep the load low. We're able to put a pretty big hole in a part and not take a ton of horsepower doing it. So that's pretty much exactly how we would like to see those chips coming out of the hole. Don't have to worry about that stringing up or packing or anything like that. So that is the 4.5 inch hole in that part. Next, we are going to run the TA Pro, which is our latest and greatest spade setup. New holders, new inserts over the old TA and Gen 2 system. We will be running a bolt hole pattern around the flange of this part at 220 surface foot and just over 13 thou per rev, going about 2 inches deep through that outer flange. Now the TA Pro, if you're familiar with the old style TA, the holder's completely redesigned. We've got a whole new coolant system on this drill. The flutes have been opened up. So it's a whole new animal compared to the old TA drills. The inserts are new. We have kind of ISO callouts, PKN, and we have an X Super Cobalt grade. New carbide, new coatings all around. And this is not your old style spade drill. These will run with the high penetration drills out there. So very good bang for the buck if you're looking for a nice, flexible, fast solution. So we can see this drilling. Once again, very quiet. Chips are coming out very nice. I think we're running 4 holes around the flange. And just like standard spades, you've got a large diameter range that you can fit in each holder. So you've got a lot of flexibility and a lot of different length options. These go up to 15 times D off the shelf. We'll grab some chips for you. We'll have to find some chips for you. Thank you, sir. All right. So once again, nice little 6s and 9s, exactly what we would expect. No problems there. These won't pack up. These won't load up or anything like that. All right. So moving right along. Excuse me. All right. Next up, we have our Fortex drill. That is our fixed pocket IC drill. If you've not seen these in person yet, we have the inserts sitting at two different orientations. You can run the insert where they start, run two edges, then flip the pockets and run two more edges with the second orientation. So you could get 4 full indexes out of these inserts. These tools are very good for high temp exotic materials or less than ideal situations. I've seen them do some horrendous things that you would not normally do in machining situations. So with this one, if you've looked at the demo part over there, we're actually going to chain drill a few holes up the flanged part that was turned earlier. So let's take a look. So this tool, like I said, it can do some less than ideal situations. In this particular situation, we're drilling on the OD of the part that was turned on this particular piece. We're going to drill and then move over essentially half the diameter, drill another hole. So you could use this to essentially hog out a cavity or something along that line. And it'll deal with the interruptions no problem. So we're going to punch, I believe it's 5 holes down the length of that front feature. Get a little bit of noise right when it's coming in. That's pretty normal for an IC drill. And it just trucks right through it. We've got a few different insert grades, pretty much all the standard materials, your PKN, ISO callouts, stainless, high temp, whatever you need. There's an option for it for the Fortex. This particular tool comes in 2, 3, 4 times D, a little below 1/2 inch, up to inch 880 on the diameter range. This one is running at 400 surface feet, 2 thou per rev. And if you haven't taken a look at the demo piece over here to the left side of the machine, definitely stop by and take a look at that. It's pretty impressive to see that chain drilling, what it can do, and it still gets a good finish. And that's drilling about 2 inches through that front feature. I think we're almost done. And similar to the APX with the different orientation on the inserts, you will actually get 2 slightly different chips with these. We'll see if we can find both of those here in a second once we pull some chips out for you. Just strictly due to the orientation of those inserts, you will get 2 different style of chips, which is normal. If you're doing high temp, Inconel type stuff, exotic materials, these drills do very well. Again, if you're doing less than ideal situations where a regular spade or something might not like the situation, drilling on an angle, having to do these chain drilling situations, this is another great option. They are very robust and can take a lot of unusual situations. So I think now we're towards the tapered part, making a little more noise, but not too bad. Last one? Okay. Almost there. We'll take a look at some chips on this. And then we will proceed to the last tool of our demo for the morning. All right, see if we can pull some chips here. Thank you, sir. All right, so with the chips, you kind of got the longer curls here and then the shorter, smaller, tighter curls. That's the two different chips that I mentioned previously. Strictly due to the orientation of those two inserts that you will just be able to flip through to get the four edges. That's completely normal. Those the chips look great, exactly how we would expect them to come out. So no problems there. And then the final tool we're going to jump over to is the AccuPort port tool. This is a spade piloted port tool. You've got the spade up front. You've got your ICs on the side, which give you your port form. This particular tool is a J1926-14 port that we are going to run at 260 surface foot and about 5.5 thou per rev. This will do the entire port form in one shot, save you some space in the machine instead of having to drill and come back and form. This will put all the angles, all the form into the part in one shot without having to go back and do any secondary operations. So just a nice quick in and out, nice and smooth. We do have these available with and without the O-ring groove. We have a lot of the different industry standard ports available on the shelf. So it's a nice standard off-the-shelf option, indexable option. There's a lot of brazed tools out there. So it's nice to be able to have an indexable version of this tool that you can swap out and keep moving very quickly. Chips for this one, it's a spade up front, so pretty similar chips to the standard spades. And then the ICs will produce a small curl as well. Nothing too exotic. Thank you. The pretty standard fare on the chips here, pretty normal curls. Nice small tight chips. Exactly what we would expect. And now you've got a port that just needs to be threaded and it's all done. So at this point, that is the complete run through. We will be doing this again after lunch. There is a finished piece right over there by the little Allied Machine tool cart. If you want to see what this looks like up close, like I said, I think the Fortex chain drilling is pretty neat to take a look at. And the opening drill for being a large roughing tool leaves a very good finish. So definitely take a peek at that. And we appreciate you coming in today, spending some time with us and watching our demonstration. Appreciate it, guys.